everybody, Chris Stokes from Custom Fitness Personal Training Studio. Have you ever thought about the idea of going against the flow? Well, today we're talking about living outside the bubble, if you will, learning to live with imperfection. So we kind of live in a society where everybody, well, I say everybody lightly, but many people want to change. They want to change the way they live, they want to change the way they feel, they want to change the way they look. There's a lot of change going on. And they want that change to be immediate, right? So we seek out all these solutions, and all these solutions kind of go with the flow. Everybody does the same thing, everybody's okay with the same ideas, but they're very complicated, right? So it causes all this stress. So let's take the 21-day fix diet that seemingly looks pretty simple, but most of the time in here I hear a lot of clients complain that it was too much to prepare all the different colors and put them in the different containers and things. Or you hear about doing the 30-day clean eating plans and things like that, and it's too much food prep and it's too much of this. Because we're all very busy people, and so fitting something new into our life, whenever that something new is like the size of an elephant, is really hard. But whenever you fit something new like the size of a pebble into your life, it makes more sense. So what are we talking about when we're talking about the bubble that we're living in? Well, you can do a 6-week diet that's crazy hard for 6 weeks if you don't leave the house and you do everything right and there's no extra stress, nobody you love goes into the hospital, nobody that you know has trouble at school or needs help with their car or needs help watching their kids. As long as your life is in this perfect little bubble, everything goes well and you can do it. But the minute that one of those things happens or something else crazy comes into your life and causes you to leave your typical average day and go over here and address this, that whole diet that you were on just went, kind of crashed out of the water, right? So you lost it. And that causes a problem. So here we teach people how to live outside the bubble, how to live outside of that average, happy, normal life, because we know that there's several things going on there. So number one, nobody's perfect. You will have moments where you have less than perfection happening in your life. Maybe your workout wasn't quite what you thought it'd be that day. Maybe it was one exercise instead of the 12 that you were supposed to get in. Or maybe it was 5 minutes instead of the 30 minutes you thought you were going to get in. Maybe your diet, you just completely blew it for that day because you had meetings at work and you had friends come over for dinner and all this kind of stuff. Well, that happens. But here's the thing. You can't fail if you don't stop. So as long as you pick yourself up and you get back on the track the next day, then you can't fail because you haven't actually stopped. You've just had a slight little regression and you move forward again, or even just a pause. Sometimes it's not even moving backwards in a regression mode. Sometimes it's just we stopped for a moment. We took a breath and then we moved forward again. And that's fine. That's a good thing to have happen because honestly, it just shows us again the need to live outside that bubble, the need to understand that we have to do this no matter what. So number two is it's okay to enjoy life. We follow a 90-10 rule here. 90% of the time we do what we're supposed to do. 10% of the time we have room to screw up or have fun or whatever we want to do. And when we do that, we don't have to have perfection to make results. Instead, that 90% of the time is going to give us the results that we need. And so that 10% of the time, that's like 3 meals out of the week that you can royally screw up however you want to. And you're still going to be able to see success. As long as you're following the 90-10 rule, you're doing good. So again, you can't fail if you continue. Number three would be that life will never be calm. Ever. I have people call and they say, I'd really like to get started with you guys. I really want to come in their consult. Now it's just not a good time. I'm really busy. Maybe in a month or so. The problem is in a month or so, something else comes in that makes you busy. So maybe it's not busy at work anymore. Maybe now it's the kids finish up school that makes you busy. Or maybe it's now you got to help your parents do something that makes you busy. So there's always something going on in life. There's never that calm moment where you're like, now is the time to add in extra stress. Instead, again, make it that pebble. Make it something that will work for you, and then learn to make whatever moments that you have work for you. So we're making the plan of action work for you and making it small steps that you can handle, but we want to make sure that whatever moments that you have available, maybe they're not the perfect moments for you, make them work. So used to, I would work out at 5 a.m., go out with a friend of mine, we'd go for a run, we'd do a workout, whatever it took, and that was great before I had children. Then I had kids and I couldn't really go out at 5 a.m. because somebody had to watch the kids, right? So kind of threw me all off guard, and it started making it really hard to work out in the beginning because I thought, well, when am I going to do this? The kids are always needing me and things are happening. Well, then I found that there were some downtimes during the day that either the kids were happy playing by themselves or, they were sleeping or something, and I could get that workout in. It wasn't my preferred time. I didn't feel at my very best like I did whenever I was working out at 5 a.m., but I got it done. And that's a big part to remember. You know, there's just never that calm in life where everything's perfect and you know that there's no storm about to come up, because if there is, something's very wrong, right? Or else I lead a very odd life, I'm not sure. But we want to make sure that we understand those three things. Nobody's perfect. It's okay to enjoy life, and life will never be calm, so make the most of the moments that you have. And whenever you do that, you're going to start to see changes in your health, in your physique, in your weight, in everything that you want to see changes in, without having to kill yourself trying to aim for perfection. The other thing is that when we aim for perfection, we typically tend to overthink, overdo, and overstress, and so we actually get less done than we do whenever we are just trying to make the most of every moment. So I've got one lady that, love her heart, she doesn't do that many actual workouts per se, but every time that she's cooking, she's doing squats and lunges. Every time she's doing laundry, she does a push-up in between certain loads of laundry, does, you know, a set of push-ups. In between picking up kids, she'll stop at the park and do some burpees and things like that. So she just finds moments, you know, get some fresh air, get something done. You're standing there waiting on something anyways, try to throw something in, see what happens. On food-wise, you know, you can always add one new food a week or one new meal a week to try out. And maybe we don't overhaul our entire diet right away, but maybe we start changing our Monday evening meal to something healthier. And then maybe in a few weeks we change our Tuesday evening meal. And over time we start to build health into our lives. So if you need some more help with some good tips and tricks on how you can better change your health with those small pebble-sized pieces and start to take those steps towards your journey of getting results, we'd love to be able to help you out. Feel free to give us a call, 806-322-3188, and we'd be happy to just sit down with you for a consultation. There's really no strings attached. We just want to get to know you better and see if we are the right fit for you, but offer you some help on those sticky situations where you just can't quite seem to figure it out. And if you think that you're too busy for us, just remember that our workouts can be done anywhere, 30 minutes or less, little to no equipment, meaning that you can use just your body if that's all you've got. You can use bands, you can use dumbbells, whatever might be around, but you don't have to have big bulky machines. Fast is okay whenever it comes to exercise. We can get a very efficient workout in 30 minutes or less and be able to get you in, out, and on your way. A lot of our busiest professionals really appreciate that about our team, that we're able to really just help them move through the day better, and they start with the energy they need and they get it all done. So if that's you, feel free to give us a call. We'd love to sit down with that consult. Otherwise, I will see you soon.